Hi, everyone. Hi, hello. I'm Maria. I'm a marketing expert here at Social Insider. Hope you all can hear me and see me. Let me know in the comments below if everything is okay. Hi, I think we are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Okay, so this live session. Okay, so this live session is going to be about one of our Social Insider studies. We started 2021 with a great study called 2021 Social Media Industry Benchmark Study. And in the next 20 or 30 minutes, I'm going to share with you key insights from our study. I've also prepared a presentation. So let me share my screen. Great, I think now you can see my screen. So, 2021 social media industry benchmarks. Know exactly where you stand in your market. For this particular study, we looked into over 22 million posts on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter from 35 different industries and created a comparison between the social media performance of 2019 and 2020. The purpose of each Social Insider study is to help social media managers, experts, brands, and people who use social media on a daily basis to discover better ways to promote their message. Tips and tricks we discovered based on our data, like the most engaging type of content on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, or what's the platform with the highest engagement. Actually, actionable insights based on data. And for this study, we wanted to figure out the social media engagement rate for each industry to understand their frequency of posting and to find out what mix of photos and videos they use across Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I was telling you we analyzed 35 industries. So these are the industries: accommodation, airlines, alcohol, auto, beauty, beverages, conglomerate, e-commerce, education, electronics, fashion, finance, corporate brands of fast-moving consumer goods, food brands within the fast-moving consumer goods. Yes, I'm going to read all these industries because maybe someone will hear, oh, I'm working in this industry and I want to find out more. Gambling, governmental, healthcare, home living, household goods, industrial, magazines and journals, media house, NGOs, politics, press agencies, professional associations, restaurant, cafe, retail food services, software, sporting goods, sports media, telecom, and travel. Whew. There are a lot of industries. Let me drink some water. Great, and now we can continue. Next, I'm going to read what we discovered. First, I'm going to read these insights, and then I'm going to show you some charts so you can better understand these key insights we discovered. So one of the things that we discover is that the trending platform of the moment, Instagram, seems to be the place where brands are getting a small increase in engagement. This is good. Also, on the Instagram feed, the posting frequency declined by about 6.22% in 2020. Why? Well, if you ask me, one moment, let me hide this. Okay, so you can now see me better. Okay, so I was telling that the posting frequency on Instagram feed declined. From my opinion, brands moved to Instagram stories. Brands move their content to Instagram stories, and I can understand this. On Instagram stories, you can create more engaging content. There are GIFs, you can play with GIFs, you can create polls, ask questions, you can add music. And in the end, you can create more engaging content. So I can see why brands are moving to Instagram stories, but this is just my opinion. Maybe we can discover this with the Social Insider study later. But until then, please let me know in the comments below, what do you prefer, Instagram stories or post on Instagram feed? Next, the engagement rate for brands on Instagram increased in 2020 from 1.09% to 1.16% in 2020. Great. All 35 industries publish images as the primary type of social media content. 84% photos on Instagram, 75% photos on Facebook, and almost 53% images on Twitter. Across all industries in 2020, brands choose to post 36% more content on Twitter compared with Instagram and Facebook. But here comes the interesting part. Although brands choose to post more content on Twitter, everything you post as a brand on Twitter brings you an engagement of 0.07%. And this is small. Well, unless you are a politician where we can reach out 0.45% engagement, but this is another talk. But as a brand, if you post something on Twitter, the engagement is pretty low. So as an advice for brands, you can ask your employees to post on their social media, on their Twitter profile. They can post things related to your brand and mention you, or they can just share each post from the brand's page. This might increase the engagement. Okay, so now let's continue. The average Facebook post per day across all sectors increased by about 6.40% in 2020. Now, the politics, education, and airline brands are the most successful profiles on Instagram with the highest average engagement rates out of all industries. Politics, we've talked about this, education, and airline brands. Now, on Twitter, the politics industry generates more conversations with an average engagement rate of 0.45%, followed by the conglomerate, restaurant, cafe, and sports media. Now, okay, so as a note, let me close this. Great. So as a note, I want to tell you that within this report, we provide a representative sample of US and international brands that had an active presence on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter between January 2019 to the end of October 2020. And we categorized them into industries based on their activity and category settings. Now, I was telling you that I will show you the study. Let me show you some charts. Okay, here. Great, I hope you can now. Great, now you can see. This is the study. You can find the study on Social Insider's blog. It's called Study 2021 Social Media Industry Benchmarks. Know exactly where you stand in your industry. Now, I was telling you that the politics industry is the most engaging category on both Facebook and Twitter. And you can see here the average engagement rate per post on Facebook by followers. With orange is the engagement rate on 2020. And with blue or green, a big blue, the engagement rate in 2019. So you can see that the politics in 2019 had an average engagement rate per post of 0.62%. But in 2020, they reached 0.90%. So they increased a lot, but they are followed by the conglomerate and industrial. These are the top 3 industries on Facebook. They are followed by healthcare, restaurant, cafe, finance, alcohol, accommodation. The median across all industries here is 0.26%. Now, as you can see, the brands that function under the politics category have recorded the highest engagement rates per post on both Facebook and Twitter. Here is the average engagement rate per post by followers on Twitter. The same 2020 and 2019. Politics here 0.41% in 2019 engagement rate and 0.47% in 2020. Here the difference is not too big, but still the politics is the #1 industry on Twitter, followed by conglomerate and restaurant cafe. These are the top 3 industries on Twitter, and then comes auto, healthcare, industrial, home living, and the others. But the median across all industries here is 0.06%. Now, the politics, education, and airlines are the most engaging industries on Instagram, and you will see this from the chart. The average engagement rate per post by followers on Instagram. The politics on 2019 had an average engagement rate of 1.73% and in 2020, 2.74%. They almost doubled the engagement. The education and airlines are on the other positions, followed by conglomerate, sports, media, software, NGOs. Here, the median across all industries is 1.16%. Also, one of the insights was that in 2020, brands choose to post 36% more content on Twitter compared with Instagram and Facebook. And you can see this from the chart. This is the posting frequency per day for each industry on Facebook in 2019 and 2020. First place, sports media, press agency, second place, and magazines and journals, third place. These are the top 3, followed by NGOs, governmental, politics, media house. Now for Twitter, the posting frequency per day for each industry, we have press agencies. In 2019, they had an average post per day of 3.33%, and in 2020, they had 7.62%. This is a big increase in posting frequency per day, followed by magazines, journals, sports media. These are top 3, airlines, telecom, media house, services, e-commerce, NGOs, retail. These are the next. By the way, let me know in the comments below which is your industry, in which industry you are working, and what's your favorite social media platform and why. Okay, next, let's find out the posting frequency on Instagram. Okay, I was telling you that based on our data, we observed that the posting frequency on Instagram dropped by about 6.22% in 2020 compared with the performance of 2019. But important to mention here is that this report doesn't incorporate stories data. And from my point of view, I think this is where the brands moved. So the posting frequency per day for each industry on Instagram, we have sports media, e-commerce, press agencies. These are top 3, followed by beauty, fashion, magazines, journals, retail, house, media house. Okay. Another important key insight we discovered was that images are the preferred type of post for all industries, for Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you can also see this from the charts. Okay, this is the type of post for Facebook: orange images, blue album, red link, and yellow video. And you can see that images for restaurant cafe are 79%, and the other numbers are really small. This is for Instagram. Here we have a split between images, carousels, and videos. You can also see this. There's a huge difference, and people really love to post images. As a note here, based on another study we realized last year with Instagram, best Instagram type of content, we realized that the best type of content in Instagram is carousel. So if you want to increase the engagement of your brand on Instagram and want to use photos, make sure you use carousel post and make sure you use all 10 slides. This will increase the engagement. We tried this with our account at Social Insider, and we saw a huge increase in engagement. So this is a tip you should try. Okay, and now let's find the tweet on Twitter, the type of post. Here are image, status, animated link, and video. On Twitter, here the images and the status posts are divided equally, let's say. Okay, I was telling the images are orange and status blue, so you can see that are kind of equal. Okay, so if you want to discover more, please read the complete study, because you'll find insights for each industry. We have a lot of charts and a lot of insights for industry, even if you work in travel, automotive, beauty, fashion. I don't know. We have a lot of great insights. Now I'm going to stop. Okay, great. I was telling you that you can find the complete study on Social Insider's blog. Someone is asking that this is global stats or US centric. I was telling at the beginning of this video that within this report, we provide a representative sample of US and international brands that had an active presence on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram between January 2019 and the end of October 2020. We categorize them into industries based on their activity and page category settings. Great. So to sum up, please remember that most common type of social media content on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter are images. Most engaging industries on Instagram, politics, education, airlines. Most engaging industries on Facebook, politics, conglomerate, industrial, and most engaging industries on Twitter, politics, conglomerate, and restaurant, cafe. Please read the complete study. Let us know what do you think. You can find me on LinkedIn. Follow me there. Send me a message. I'm super active there, and I will respond as soon as possible. Thank you again, everyone, for watching. Hope this was useful. No, TikTok was not included. At the moment, we don't include TikTok in this study, but this year we want to make studies with TikTok, and I'm sure there are a lot of interesting things we will discover, and this is a good point. So follow us because soon I'm sure we are going to release a TikTok study. Also, if you are working in one of the 35 industries we analyzed, remember that this study is a must. You can find it on Social Insider blog. Also, you can find a link here in the chat. Thank you so much again for watching me. If you have more questions, please reach us send us your questions on social media, and we will respond as soon as possible. Thank you again. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.